Hey y'all. So I found a spot to sit the phone on the van so that neighborhood insurance baby can be in the video with me, and we're not violating any school rules or anything, or any transportation rules, because I am we're sitting. So we have to get to the elementary school about 30 minutes before they dismiss, and we're just sitting here. So I decided to do this video to give you guys an update. So the title of the video is Racism on the School Van. So before I get to that, I want to give y'all an update about yesterday. What is it that you need, baby? You dropped your toys. So, um, and I want to give you an update on sleep too. But yesterday, me and Neighborhood Insurance Baby, we went to go see a place because I'm weighing my options. My lease is up in January, and I was going to do a 6-month lease instead of a year. And I called Monday, or they closed. I called Tuesday. They would close Monday, to see how much it would cost, how much what the rent would be if I opted for a 6-month lease. I don't look a mess. Oh well, thank you. We were taking a picture before um, I did this video, and each picture we took, I just felt like I look a mess, and I said I look a mess, and now he's telling me that I don't look a mess. So when he said it the last time, I said, if you say I don't, I'll believe you. So he's saying it again. So thank you for that, baby. Although I feel like I look a mess, but um, so we, oh, thank you. So we went to see a place because I'm trying to, keep my options open. So I called them Tuesday to see how much the rent would be if I opted for a 6-month lease, because normally if you do a shorter lease period than a year, they add extra money on. So when I called Tuesday, I found out that they don't do 6-month lease. Okay, fine. So while I was on the phone with them finding out about that, I set up a viewing for another complex that they have, and we went to go see that yesterday, and it's something that it's something that could be doable for Neighborhood Insurance Baby and I for maybe a year or two, but it definitely is a downsize, and it's not
That's like Daddy's truck.
yes, it looks like Daddy's truck.
And the other one looks like Daddy's truck too.
Yes. But yes, it's great. So where we live now is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It has a huge eating kitchen. Like, guess it's like a kitchen and then a dining room combination. Really big kitchen. Then it has a living room. It has a laundry room that when my oldest daughters, I had a game night, and when my oldest daughter's boyfriend came over and I was doing the tour, he thought the laundry room was a bedroom. It is pretty big. A lot of closet space. I turned one of the closets in my room into the space that I do my pieces at. Decent sized pantry, a deck. It's 3 levels. It's more steps than I would care for, but I've gotten used to them since I've been there. Nice. $18.75 a month, which is actually fairly cheap, because if for the house that we have here in Pennsylvania, if it was in a different state, it would easily be a lot more rent. So the one that we went to go see is a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, kitchen not very big, living room no laundry, no washer and dryer, but there is an area that has the setup, so I would have to provide my own. Um, has okay closet space. I could make it work for neighborhood insurance, baby, and I. It was pretty decent because it has decent closet space in the living room, and then the rooms have decent closet space. And there's a little, we wouldn't have a yard, but it is an area out back that he could run around. So I could make it work, especially since the rent is on, well, the model that we saw, because it has updated cabinets in the kitchen, is 13, it was either 1350 or 1375. But they have models that do not have updated cabinets, and so the cabinets in there were like gray, and the other ones are like oak. So that one would be like 1250 or 1275. So to save $500 or $600 a month, I might be able to, give up a few things. Shh, baby, let mommy do her video. I might be able to give up a few things. I don't know. But while I was there, I mentioned to the girl who was taking me on a tour, because like I said, it's with the same leasing agency. I mentioned to her that she asked me where I live at now, and I told her, and she was like, "Oh, those are really nice. Those are really nice. What made you think about switching from those to these? To these?" And I said, I explained explained the situation. I'm making less money, and if I if I moved to, to the ones I saw yesterday, I probably wouldn't necessarily have to work two jobs or work on a weekend. She's in class. You'll see her soon. Colleen, stop saying the students' names. We're on camera, okay? So, yeah. So, and she was like, okay, I understand. And but while I was talking to her, I mentioned that I called to see about the 6-month lease, and that's something that wasn't an option. And she was like, but they do month to month lease. So that was going to be my next question. I was going to call the rent office, and I'm glad she mentioned it. I'm glad she confirmed that they did do month to month. So after I left the tour, I called my leasing office and I asked them how much my rent would be if I opted for a month-to-month lease at renewal. And to my surprise, and I'm so glad, it's no additional charge. You know how a lot of times if you're doing a month-to-month lease, they tack on like 200 or more extra dollars because you're doing a shorter lease term. And when I called, they said that it would be whatever my current rent at the time is. So that's a blessing. So that gives me some options, and I don't feel like I have to rush and either try to find something before January, or it just gives me some options. Plus, that way, if I do decide that I'm not going to stay, I don't have to move in winter. Moving in the winter is a hassle. When we moved before, it was snow on the ground. I hate moving. I don't like moving in the winter. So that's good to know. Now, quick update on this sleep or lack thereof. So I slept. I didn't go to the weekend job this past Sunday. I got up. I was getting myself together. I had tea going. I was making myself something to eat. And as I'm, getting myself together, trying to get in there, my body is just like, no, you're not. No, you're not. It's not happening. So I listened. I didn't go in. And I slept for a very long time. And I slept good too. So that was a good thing. That was Sunday. Early Sunday, like in the morning, because I had to be at the job at 6. So when I didn't go, I laid back down and I slept for quite a few hours. That was good. So then Sunday night into Monday, we were off Monday. Monday was Labor Day. I slept really good Monday. I slept really good Sunday night into Monday. I did wake up. I think I may have waken up in the 4 o'clock hour, but I didn't have to work or anything. So, and I did go back to sleep, and I was able to sleep. You going back to sleep again? Okay. Then Monday night, I slept really good. I woke up Tuesday. I had to work Tuesday, and like I said, I had my alarm set for 5:15. When I woke up, but I woke up before. I always wake up before the alarm, but I woke up at 5, so that wasn't bad at all because I've been consistently waking up in the 4 or 3 o'clock hour. This time I woke up at 5. That's only 15 minutes before the alarm. That was pretty good. I worked Tuesday, went to sleep Tuesday night, woke up Wednesday morning in the 3 o'clock hour again. This morning I woke up in the 4 o'clock hour. It's like I don't know if my body doesn't like this schedule. You know, something about having to be up so early. I don't know if my body just doesn't like it, but it's not like I'm not sleeping well at night. Like I feel like I'm not like tossing and turning. I'm able to fall asleep at night, you know. But I just wake up so early. I don't know what it is. I'm not able to, sleep a decent amount of hours. And when I get up at the 3 or 4 o'clock hour, I'm not able to go back to sleep. Now, I have been doing something the last few nights. I read where mother said, because neighborhood insurance baby, he's one of those wild sleepers. He sleeps all over the bed. He'll be hanging off the side and all this and all that. So I read in one of the mom groups that I'm in that a mother gives her son an apple every night before bed, and it helps him to sleep. So I said, let me try this to see if it'll help him get a better quality sleep at night. Plus, y'all know I don't like having to wake him up so early in the morning. But so the last few nights I've been cutting half an apple. I'll give him half, I'll eat half right before bedtime. And I did notice a difference in the quality of my sleep and the quality of his sleep. Like I said, he's all over the bed since I've been doing the half an apple every night. And I'm one of those people who sleeps in the same spot all night long. Like if I get up in the morning, all I have to do is pull the cover back in that spot because it doesn't even look like I slept in the bed barely. The last few nights since I've been doing the apple at bedtime, I've noticed that he's not all over the bed. He sleeps pretty much in the same spot all night. So I feel like that's helping him to have a better quality sleep. So I'm going to stick with the half an apple for me and him. And then we have a few pistachios after. And see how that works. But I know that perimenopause is that period before you actually go into menopause that can disrupt your sleep. So I did order a supplement. It came today. I don't think I'm going to start taking it until next week. Because I recently started taking another vitamin, so I want to space it out a bit. But I'm going to see. I'm going to see if this supplement is specifically for perimenopausal support. So I'm going to see if that helps with the sleeping piece of it. And because by me being a massage therapist, I know that certain organs rejuvenate themselves during certain hours of the night. That's why it's really not a good idea to work graveyard shift, but that's a whole other video for a whole other day. But just sleep is important. It's for more than just energy. Like we literally, certain systems in our body replenish themselves at certain hours of the night, between certain hours. I can't remember which hours belong to which organ. I had to pull my books out. It's been a while. But I'm like, with me not being able to sleep and me waking up at that hour every morning, like what is not being replenished. But anyway, I'll keep y'all updated on the sleep as well. So let's get to this racism on the van. And I'm going to be very careful not to mention any student's name, and I'm going to say this in a way where it doesn't identify if it's a male or female student. So there's a student who I heard say something twice on the van, but the first time they cut themselves off, didn't finish the statement. The second time, it was a really hot day. I had the fan, I had the AC up kind of high, and students were talking, and it was noisy on the van, so I couldn't quite hear all of it, but I heard enough to know that it sounded racist, directed towards us and another brown race of people that aren't necessarily us, but they're brown. So, but I couldn't hear all of it. So I didn't hear enough of it to be able to say anything or do a write-up or anything like that. But today, it was loud, it was bold, it was blatant. And, okay, so what was said was, it was a song that the student was singing. And I'm not going to identify the song because, I'm not going to say the song because it may help you to identify the gender, and I don't want to, say, but so the person was singing the song, and they said, I'm hood, right? And then they said, my mom said, you're not hood. No, wait. My mom said, you're not from the hood. You're not black. So, when it was said, now, when it was said, I was kind of taken aback, okay? So I just said, I don't, now this particular student, I also had to say something to, it was either yesterday or the day before, about the language. It was some profanity usage, so I had to say something about that. And then today it was, I'm hood. And my mom said, you're not hood. You're not from the hood. You're not black. So I said, that's not appropriate to say with a black driver and a black child. And the response was, oh, my bad. So the next step, so there's been 2 warnings. There's been one about profanity. There's been one about that comment. And there's the other 2 that I couldn't quite pinpoint exactly what was said. But if it happens again, there will be a write-up. And I don't know, I think it's like 3 write-ups or something like that before they are banned from the van. But we're not gonna be doing that. And it was said so loudly, like, I don't want to say, and this is an older student, like one of the oldest 2 students, higher grade students. So we're not going to do that, especially with my little brown boy on this van. We're not going to be doing that.
I am a little boy.
You are. We're not going to be doing that. So I will keep you guys updated on that too. I will be doing a video in a few days to update you on the weekend job. But I just wanted to let you know about what I encountered today. And until next time, it's the neighborhood insurance lady and the neighborhood insurance baby. And I'm wishing you love, laughter, life insurance, pieces of the puzzle, and your children being transported home safely. Until next time, bye.